We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing back, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live. Guys, I'm Jay, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
Favouring your GS. So I'm Mr. Blitztech.
And welcome back to this week's episode of Nerd Banter, DC Fallout, or what the fuck is happening at Warner Brothers. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and press the notification bell so you get notified every time we drop a banger! We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. Now, I know because you watch other channels, you already know the news. Batgirl's been cancelled. There's some other stuff going on that we're going to get through. But we're just going to talk about that and see where it goes. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, guys, if you don't know already, Warner Brothers Discovery have cancelled the new Batgirl movie that was supposed to release on HBO Max in the future. Now, it's interesting to me because it's like, I don't feel like anyone really wanted this movie, but I don't feel like anyone was against it coming out. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, you got a movie, it's got a decent team behind it, and it's coming to HBO Max. We're kind of in a new phase of streaming, superhero stuff, and whatever. So, yeah. But I think it's mad that the movie's got cancelled due to the fact that it's supposed to have Michael Keaton's Batman in it. Ben Affleck shows up reshooting for Aquaman 2. Like, you know, the guy who runs, I don't even want to say his name in the video, is talking about, he's thinking about leaving WB after, like, you shut your mouth. Like, it's all just mad. The building's going crazy.
Bro,
What?
do you know what's mad?
What?
Why I'm over here in tears, bro?
Bruv.
Because of these, man. Every week, fam. Every week,
We
bro.
might have to just start a weekly DC
Bro.
show where we just talk
Why
about
am I in
DC
tears?
and Warner Brothers.
Like, the drama is like, yeah, every week we should just sit here and do like a live, I don't know, like, not like Love Island, just sit here and watch the drama unfolding.
You don't care
you are a
about
liar.
me. You don't care about me.
You are
Another
a
guy
liar.
walks in here
Now
with
I don't give a
muscle.
shit about you. Don't
Oh,
worry.
really?
Yeah, I don't give a shit
You never
about
did
you.
give a shit about me.
It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. What general thoughts on the Batgirl getting on Bat? I said the Batgirl, you know. In fact, let's call it the Batgirl from now on. Anyway, I actually like that title, the Batgirl. So the Batgirl's been cancelled. What do you think about that, Sam?
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Like, I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to see where it would place anywhere, what they were doing with Batgirl, the introduction. In fact, we've just got they're just doing it again. We've just got way too much Bat family members regardless. Anyway, Batwoman's been cancelled.
You might kill me with this.
And now
We
they're
get into
doing-
this all the time.
Bro, it's
And they're
them.
doing
It's
Batgirl.
not us.
We're not getting too much Bat family stuff. We're just not getting enough anything else.
Yeah.
Bro,
So then-
stop killing Bat, bro. It's not
them.
that. It's not the IP. It's not the Batman IP's fault
them.
that my man pops,
Yeah,
bro.
but it's them, man.
I mean,
that
it
will
kinda
suffer
is.
for
yeah,
it.
yeah, but bro, say it the other way.
What do you mean?
Say it. I wish we was getting more other DC content. You say it. I think when we say it like that, yeah, they will take it on as like, yeah, can we get more? Instead of bro, you know how mad these men are already.
Yeah, they
When
want
they
some
get that
change.
narrative, they're gonna be like, no, and then we won't get Batman for like 10 years. That won't be a solution. Do you know what I'm saying? We just need them to improve everything else and give us more. No.
Bruv, I feel like if them man are watching the channel like they usually do and are taking down the notes, they will fully comprehend the things that we've been like. It's not Batman's fault. It's not that Gotham's fault. It's your fault because you're putting these man in that situation. Do you know what I'm saying? We speak about this all the time. Whether it's the comic books, animated stuff, like you lot just keep like just finishing this whole world. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not us, it's them. Anyway, it's mad, yeah, and I know man's laughing at that, but it's peak for Batgirl, because like, if you look at the grand scheme of things, like there's people working in it,
100%.
like, and putting their heart into their craft to make, you know, the best possible movie series, whatever that may be in it, only for it to be cancelled. Like, you know how much like we are so aware of like how much these actors, actresses, whether it's musicians, cameraman, go so in depth like to make their world. Do you know what I'm saying? Like to give us the best of their vision. On other hand, though, justice, because you man keep fucking up with Zack Snyder. So guess what? Karma's a bitch.
Rotted. Do you know? Oh man,
We saw the side first.
It's man. It's tough. It's tough because there are people working in it, and then for me, like it's tough because it's business, and it's like
I mean, they got paid.
and that's the thing.
But that's like benching a player. Do you think he's alright with just getting benched and getting played?
And this is why I say it's business, bro, because a player is emotional, and your emotions don't come into the business of the game.
Unfortunately,
So everyone has been paid. I would say more so, it's like due to the fact that what's supposed to come from the movie being out. And that's a precaution that goes back to business. Where it's like, oh, people should be looking at, see, now I'm giving away free business advice to these man.
We do that every week.
They need it.
You're doing a deal with Disney that's going out to Warner Brothers, going out to HBO Max. It should be saying, in the event this is not released, I'm not going to guess that's the situation.
Right.
Because the directors are finding out that the movie got cancelled on Twitter. Do you know what I'm saying?
No way. No
formal emails were sent, bro. My man opened up his Twitter in a foreign country and was saying, oh, movie's been cancelled. It was like that.
Nah, you man are just reckless.
I hear that, but then at the same time,
like, NBA players also find that way as well.
they got traded as well.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's business. So it's savagery. Like it's a mixture of savagery and a mixture of like
just
business. Lack of human compassion, I would say,
exactly.
bro.
And in fact, you're not even dropping it on your streaming service.
See, this is good because obviously the WB Discovery CEO was talking about it doesn't fit their new mandate, and their new mandate is DC superhero movies need to be big time events. It needs to be, we're going cinema, we're going ham. Like, they want all of their new movies to be trying to hit, I don't want to say $1 billion, but they want it to be big events. So, this is why they're saying Batgirl's been cancelled. Do you know what I'm saying? So, to me, I'm like, raw, what else was on the list that could potentially get cancelled? That movie-wise.
The Flash.
Nah, there's no way. I feel like they're still bringing it out. You know why, yeah? One, at this point in time, I feel like they've got shares in some kind of publication the way these men do news every other week. They must make more money from the movie themselves than
from the narrative, talking about the movies than from the actual movies.
This is insane. And two, I feel like The Flash is still going to come out regardless. I feel like that's way too much of a bigger movie to cancel than it is Batgirl.
See, 100% on this. And like, obviously, I've been on Twitter shouting my mouth off as I do, you get me? And I said maybe like 2 weeks ago, I think The Flash is going to get cancelled, or it should. Now, I'm not going back on it, but after a week of that, like a week after putting out the tweet, Batgirl gets cancelled. So I feel like I had the right energy, but maybe it was placed in the wrong place because obviously I can't see their books. If I see their books, I know what's going down here. Now, I'm not talking about in terms of how much this movie cost and that, because Flash cost 200, Batgirl's costing about 70, so I can understand the disparity. But I thought that the narrative in The Flash is what would get it cancelled. Now, what I'm thinking is the narrative in The Flash can be spun to continue the narrative that they want going forward, but Batgirl's one, neither here nor there, doesn't matter, get rid of it. So I'm also going to presume the Supergirl movie or any projects with that Supergirl that was coming out, I'm going to presume they're gone too.
Yeah, that's definitely finished.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I think that might go.
Obviously, there's something going on. So after reading, you know whose name that should not be mentioned here, that, you know, he wants to quit after Black Adam, blah, blah, blah. Is it like, do they want to be like, look at a certain point in that timeline and be like, right, we're cutting everything from here onwards so we can start a clean slate? And why have they taken so long, since the reshuffle of this whole thing, why have you guys taken so long to deal with this thing properly? Because remember, when those news came out, we was like, oh, maybe this is a good opportunity to do things properly, because you guys been in shambles for so long. But clearly, you just maybe you make peace off this drama.
Mergers take time, and this is what I would say: mergers and the reshuffling of an organized. Bruv, look how long it took us to move office. Firstly,
right?
Do you get what I'm saying? Now imagine you got to move 7 individuals' offices in a building. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, that takes time, and then you got legalities. You got to go through all the paperwork. So I'm like, I think the timeline's okay. What I think is certain projects are going to be moved or removed, certain are going to be tweaked, The Flash, and I think certain new things are going to be coming in. Now, I'm going to read between read between the lines and get my little tea leaves out again and think, if DC's new mandate is big event movies, Snyder does big event movies. Batman vs Superman, big event movie. Man of Steel. I want to say it's a big event movie in terms of spectacle and when you're watching it, but because that was the first movie in a DCU at the time, it didn't have anything pushing it forward. Do you know what I'm saying? At the time. But I think if you was to drop something like that now, big event movie. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think there's no bigger event movie for DC than Justice League 2. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even if the Black Adam pops, and if Black Adam pops, it's even more incentive to get Justice League 2 up in the works, or a new Superman movie, like, that people are going to get on board with. And I know it's the vocal minority who you're going to say want Henry Cavill back, but I'm going to say the general consensus is bring Henry Cavill back. Do you know what I'm saying? Give Snyder his Justice League 2 and continue with your happy-go-lucky DCEU as well. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's probably the best. Like, I think that's going to make the most sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Other than that, glad to know they kept all the Batman fans safe and said, hey, Penguin's still coming out. They're going to start filming in February 2023. So,
is it?
Yeah. No, bruv. Nothing that Matt Reeves is touching is getting touched, bruv.
That's what I find. So I guess the main focus is get the Penguin out, filming, production-wise, and then announce Batman 2. Because
yes,
off the back of that hype.
Yes. Yeah, because everyone in San Diego was like, "Oh, where's Batman 2? You didn't mention anything." But it's like I said, merger stuff. They can't talk about something that is or isn't going to come out. So
see, in terms of that, I felt like they should have just had a better plan and still gone and spoke about Penguin and Batman 2. Just because that would just let everyone have something to chew on. We know these projects are coming out. We know we're not going to mess with them. Just have Matt Reeves come on stage and talk about his potential ideas. Now, if they don't even ever come to fruition, the movie's still coming out and you still had a good panel at Comic-Con with Matt Reeves after a successful movie and a good series that we got coming out on the way. So, talking about Matt Reeves should just be damage control for them at all times. Keep that narrative going. Bruv, they're already doing it. That's why the Penguin news comes out after the news of my man saying this and my man saying that. They've got to continually doing that, and you've got to get other good projects. Like the news that Suicide Squad is... not Suicide Squad. What's that show? Peacemaker Season 2 is guaranteed. I think they announced that over the weekend as well. Because
that was up in the air before as well.
More damage control, innit? I feel like they've got to keep doing that, but we've got to get a hold of this whole Batgirl Flash thing. Just tell us what's going on, innit? I think...
Titans gone.
Huh?
I think Titans is gone.
Titans?
That was on a cliffhanger.
I think they should keep going with Titans, and Gotham Knights is done as well. They got the Gotham Knights out of there. Thank baby Jesus. Do you know what I'm saying?
Have a clear conscience out there.
Yeah, man.
Office must just be on fire, fam.
Listen,
I remember that week the Twitter was nuts. Their whole office must be nuts.
What we really need on fire right now is the comment section, innit? Just fill us in with all the information that we don't have, all the information that we missed, your thoughts, opinions, and just everything on DC and Warner Brothers Discovery, restoring the Snyderverse, the DCEU, all the things we're doing out here. I just don't know where else to take us other than that, innit? The comment section below. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, road to 200,000 subscribers, hit the thumbs up and the notification bell to get notified every time we drop a video. Other than that, I'm J1 for the Cyber Nerds.
Raven the GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
We'll see you on the next episode of Nerd Banter. Peace.